Hey y'all, welcome back. I am so glad you are here to join me with this. We are going to finish up this Dragonfly Cross-stitch. So I did get finished stitching it, and here is all the thread that was left over that I didn't need, but y'all, it's always nice to have it on hand if you run out for another one. So I will be putting that up for later use. Now, I did wind up doing this pattern as a counted cross stitch, only because the pattern on the fabric was so small I couldn't read it. I'm blind as a bat, so I went ahead and did it as a counted cross stitch, which is why you see everything marked off. So here we are going to finish it. We need to take the whole pattern and soak it in water to get all that ink out of it. And it says the water needs to be warm, approximately 86 degrees. Well, I think I did a little hotter than that, but that's okay. So I have my bowl that I'm going to soak it, and it has a lid, so I can just set it aside. And here we have it just full of warm water, and here goes nothing, y'all. We're going to see how this turns out. Then we press it in, make sure it's all wet and nothing is left dry, and everything is completely immersed in the water. You see where that dye is underneath? That is what we're getting rid of. All that dye is from the stamped portion of the cross stitch that was on the fabric. So now I am just going to put the lid on and set it aside for approximately 3 hours or so. Alrighty y'all, we're back. It's been about 3 hours, and we are going to check this. And it says that once it's been sitting and all the ink is out of it, to go ahead and rinse it off really good to make sure there's no remaining dye. So here I am just checking to see if I can see any dye underneath my stitching, and I can't, so I'm very pleased. And I purposely did this in a bowl that you could see how much dye come out of it. That is a lot of dye, y'all. I'm impressed that it all came out. So I'm just going to fill the bowl up again with some warm water to rinse it off to make sure all that dye residue is gone. And then according to the directions, we're going to lay it flat on something and let it dry completely. And then we will be back to see what it looks like. And I don't know if you noticed, but those colors have really brightened up now that all that dye is gone. So anyway, I will be back as soon as this is dry to show you what the final product looks like. And it says to iron this, but I'm not going to do that. I don't have an iron. So I will be right back as soon as this is dry. Yo, so this is what she looks like, completely finished, all dry. I will say I really like it. I think it's very pretty, and it is super close to the original picture. These flowers over here in the picture were purple, and in this they're kind of a bluish and a pink. But that's okay. You can always go back and change that if you want. The other thing I would say is in the picture there is back stitching to make defining areas. So if you wanted to, you could go back and do some back stitching, say around the flowers and around the dragonfly, around the outside, just to give it a little more definition. But you don't have to. This is actually very close to the original picture, and I will put a picture up on there. So I definitely suggest this. And the outside did not fray, just a tiny bit where I had my loop, but the stitching held together throughout the whole thing, and all of the ink did come out. So I'm very pleased with this. So if you haven't already, check it out. My unboxing has the link to the original posting on the website for VIP cross stitch. So go ahead and check it out if you're interested. I think you'll really enjoy this one.